I'm Alex Nava, I'm your local neighborhood realtor, and today I'm going to share with you a dish that is incredibly simple to make and also incredibly versatile. It goes fantastic with meats. You can stuff underneath of the skin of a chicken. It goes great with pork, and the best part, it's fantastic for brunches. You put it on top of a toast with a poached egg, and it's something that comes out of the best restaurant that you can think of. You might be wondering, what is it, this magic food? Well, it's called Duxelles. Duxelles is something that it dates back to the 17th century in France. And it's still something that is very fashionable. So if it has endured over 3 centuries, that means that it has to be good. So without further ado, let's cook. We need 24 ounces of mushrooms. You can use portobellos, you can use cremini, button mushrooms. If you use these 3, make sure that you clean them thoroughly. You can wash them, and don't worry, they are not going to get waterlogged. These mushrooms won't do it. You can use shiitakes as well, but if you use shiitake, make sure that you remove the stems, because the stems are kind of woodsy and they're not going to work in here. The other thing that you're going to be needing is 1 whole onion, and I sauteed mine yesterday before cooking, so you're going to mix this later. About 3 tablespoons of cream, 1 tablespoon of butter, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, half a cup of white wine, salt and pepper, and that's it. Once the pan has heated up enough, we add the butter. Let the butter melt a little. Incorporate the olive oil. Combine them thoroughly. By the way, the mushrooms you have to chop them, and you have to chop them roughly. You don't need any to be super fine or anything like that, because we're going to end up processing them later, and they are going to shrink. Don't forget that part, they shrink a lot. So once the oil and the butter are ready, we go in with our 24 ounces of mushrooms. And salt to them. Let's put a lid on that for a moment. The mushrooms have shrunk a lot. They are releasing a lot of liquid, and this is the time for the wine. Mix it well. Okay, this has been cooking already for a little while. You can see all the steam that's coming out of it. There is still a lot of water. We remove the lid in order to evaporate the leftover water that we have in here. From the time that the water evaporates, this is when you have to be very careful. We regulate the heat, because once the water is gone, the mushroom can get burnt. And we don't want them burnt, we want them brown. So let's keep an eye on these guys, and as soon as the water is gone, we add the other ingredients. Now, almost all the liquid is gone, and this is where we have to be careful. Turn the heat to medium so that you don't have so much power in there, and this is when you add the onions. My onions, I cook them in olive oil, and you can add as much or as little as you like it. I personally like a lot, so I use an entire onion in here. Once they are well combined, we incorporate the cream. The function of the cream in here, besides the fact that it's going to thicken a little in the preparation, is that the cream is going to help us deglaze the pan and pick up all these fantastic brown bits that we have stuck to the pan that add so much flavor to whatever we're cooking. So we let, with the heat, the mushrooms eventually are going to soak up all of the cream. And once you get to that point, we remove it from the stove and we let them cool a little so that we can put them in the food processor. So this is basically what they look like. There's no liquid in the pan. The cream has been absorbed, and we're ready to finish the dish. We incorporate about 2 to 3 tablespoons of cream. You can use yogurt, natural, like Greek yogurt, unflavored if you want. Add some pepper. Adjust with a little more salt because I didn't put a lot of it. And now it's time to play. Perfect. And you pulse it until you get to the point or the consistency that you actually like. You can put it in the fridge. It's gonna stay good for about 5 days, or you can put it in the freezer for up to 3 months. And that's it. That's Duxelles for you. And thank you for watching.